Hello friends, welcome to See Astrology. Today we will learn, as in the last video I told you about the planets, exaltation, debilitation, signs and the degrees in which they are exalted or debilitated. This is a very important concept in Nadi astrology, especially in Bhrigu Nandi Naadi, the which we are learning at present. So in the last video we learned about the planets, the Papa Kartri yoga between friends and enemies. So today also this is a very important concept in Bhrigu Nandi Naadi. So I request all my students to please pay attention. Do not make any notes first. Just understand the concept, because the concept is very important and this will definitely help you in lot of predictions when you see a chart, because lot of mistakes are done when people just see the placement of a planet in an exalted sign and they simply, without any second thought, they just say that Sun is exalted or Saturn is exalted. You will get very good results, but actually when the native is sitting in front of you and you are analyzing his chart, he straight away denies your question and says that even if the Saturn is exalted in my chart, I'm not getting the desired results. So this is the basic theory behind it. I am going to explain in a very simple and easy manner. So let's begin our journey in the fifth lecture of Bhrigu Nandi Naadi. Before starting the class, I would like to pray to Lord Ganesha and Lord Shanidev and all our respected rishis to help us to learn this divine knowledge. So welcome friends. So welcome students. So today is a very important topic and I request everyone to please pay attention. This is to please pay attention. So I have made a small chart, but I will give you more examples because already I have my notebook with me. These are the two signs, Aries and Taurus. In Aries, Sun is exalted. As you can see here, it is written Sun at 0 to 10 degrees. It is exalted. So what does it mean? This means when you see a chart and if Sun is in Aries, but you have to see his degrees first. If Sun is between 0 to 10 degrees, then only it is considered as exalted planet, and the maximum exaltation point is 10 degrees. If Sun is at let's say 9.5 degrees, then it is considered very strong in Aries. So this is the first point you must note. Before giving any prediction about an exalted or a debilitation planet, just go through the degrees first. So Aries, Sun in 0 to 10 degrees is considered as exalted planet. In same way, in Aries, if Mars is placed at 11 to 12 degrees, between 11 to 12 degrees, if in your chart you have Mars in Aries, that Mars is in his own Mool Trikona sign. This you have to consider. What is the benefit of this Mool Trikona exalted and debilitation? This I will explain. In Aries, Saturn at 13 to 20 degrees is considered as a debilitated planet, a Nisha planet you can say. In the same case, in Aries, if Mars is placed between 21 to 30 degrees, then it is considered in his own house, like he is placed in his own house. So in Aries, now you can see there are 4 different categories. Sun 0 to 10 degrees, Mars 11 to 12 degrees, Saturn 13 to 20 degrees, then again Mars 21 to 30 degrees in own sign. So how will you now interpret this, or how will you decode this when you see a chart? So I will explain you in a very simple way. Let us say if in any chart Saturn is placed in Aries, so I will write here Saturn in Aries. But before going into conclusion that Saturn is debilitated in Aries, do not make this statement without seeing the degrees. First see the degrees, then you make a final statement whether this Saturn is debilitated or not. So if this Saturn is at 5 degrees, then there is a twist in this Saturn. What is the difference? What is the twist? This we will learn. This Saturn in Aries at 5 degrees comes in the belt of Sun. This is the belt of Sun. 0 to 10 degrees. Sun is exalted here. So when Saturn is at 5 degrees in Aries, it is considered in the belt of Sun. So this Saturn is not debilitated here, but he will carry the qualities of Sun. So this you have to predict very carefully. When any planet is placed in any particular sign, you have to just carefully watch the degrees of that planet. So in this chart, when Saturn comes in Aries at 5 degrees, you can easily predict that this Saturn has the qualities of exalted Sun. So this Saturn will not give you bad results. In fact, it will give you name and fame, because Sun denotes name and fame. So this is the first rule. So again, let's say I will explain you with the help of another example. Let us say Sun in Aries, but it is 18 degrees. Now this plays a very important role in Nadi astrology. Sun is exalted in Aries, but before making that statement, let me check the degrees first. Sun is at 18 degrees. So I will go through this chart and I will see this is the belt. 13 to 20 degrees comes under the belt of Sun, comes under the belt of Saturn. So Saturn is debilitated in 13 to 20 degrees in Aries, and Sun, which is in Aries but in 18 degrees. So this Sun will give you the results of debilitated Saturn as well. So this Sun has the qualities of a debilitated Saturn. This Sun is not exalted here. So this, when you will see a chart, you have to predict very carefully seeing a planet. Either the planet is exalted or debilitated, but it will depend on the degrees of that planet, that it is coming under which belt of which planet. That is very important. So now this Sun will give you results like a debilitated Saturn. So when you see a chart and you make predictions, just seeing in any chart that sun is exalted, you will get name and fame and this, but the native sitting in front of you straight away denies and says no, this is not the case. In the period of Sun, or in the progression of Saturn or Jupiter, when it came over Sun, it did not give me any name and fame, rather it gave me trouble from the government. So this is the prediction you have to make here. When Sun is in Aries at 18 degrees or between 13 to 20 degrees, and when Jupiter or Saturn comes over them in progression, then it can give you defamation. It can destroy your name and fame, or if you are working in a very good company, it will definitely give you a bad name and fame at that time. So this is very important to understand the exaltation and debilitation and own sign of planets. So this I will explain you with the help of another example, because it is very important, and the chart of this I will share on the screen when I will so the chart of this Ucha and Nicha, exaltation, debilitation planets, every student will get on their WhatsApp, and when I download this video on the YouTube as well, I will share a screenshot so that all the viewers can take benefit from it. So let us understand with the help of another example. Let us say moon is exalted in Taurus. So Taurus is 2-number sign. So if moon is placed between 0 to 3 degrees, then only it is considered as an exalted planet. The same moon, if it is between 4 to 20 degrees, then it is considered in his Mula Trikona sign. But the same planet Venus, if it is placed in Taurus, then in 21 to 30 degrees, then it is considered as it is placed in his own sign. So now how will you decode it, or how will you predict when, let us say, moon is at 24 degrees in Taurus? Moon 24 degrees in Taurus, that means this moon is not exalted. This is the first statement you need to make when you see the placement of the moon in Taurus and you see the degrees of that planet. This moon will carry the qualities of Venus. So the combination is here of Venus and moon, because 21 to 30 degrees is the belt of Venus and it is in its own sign. So this will give a combination of moon and Venus, and you can very quickly predict that this person will be fond of music, this person will be fond of arts, and you can say acting and all those things. This person will be fond of beauty and all those things, because Venus is the planet of beauty, moon is also the planet of beauty, Venus is the planet of music, arts, acting and all those things, and even moon also loves all those things. He is also the planet of enjoyment. So Venus is the planet of wife, moon is the planet of cheating. So when moon comes in Taurus at this degrees, so it will bear, or it will carry the qualities of Venus as well. So what will happen? Moon plus Venus combination comes into effect. Wife can be cheated, or wife will cheat you. This will depend upon the other combination of the planets, which planet are respecting this combination, or which planets are in trine to this combination. But predictions can be made like this. So in all the signs, every planet has his own belt of exaltation, it has own belt of his debilitation, and when any other planet comes in that belt, it carries the qualities of that planet. So I will explain you with the help of another example. So let me just rub all those, let me rub this, and we will understand with the help of another example. So let us take another example. Capricorn. Capricorn means number 10 sign. So in number 10 sign, when Jupiter is placed in Capricorn at 0 to 5 degrees, then it is considered to be debilitated. Jupiter is considered very weak here. It is a debilitation sign for Jupiter, but the same Capricorn sign. When Mars is placed here between 6 to 28, then it is the exaltation part or exaltation belt of Mars. But in the same sign in Capricorn, if Saturn is placed at the last degrees like 29 or something, then it is considered to be placed in his own sign. So a lot of people, what they do, they make mistake when they see Saturn, it is placed in 10 number sign, they straight away predict that Saturn is placed in his own sign, and what happens, the predictions go wrong. So this we will understand with the help of example. Let us say this Saturn is placed in Capricorn but at 10 degrees. This I will write it down. Saturn 10 degrees in 10 number sign. So now what will happen? This Saturn is not placed in his own sign. This you need to understand very carefully. This is the base of Bhrigu Nandi Naadi. When you make predictions, this will come. So when you will make predictions, this will help you a lot. So this Saturn, because he is placed in number 10 sign at 10 degrees in number 10 sign, it comes in the belt of Mars. So this is very important here. So this Saturn will carry the qualities of Mars. It is not placed in his own sign. So what does the combination comes here? Mars plus Saturn, because Saturn is placed in the belt of Mars. So Mars and Saturn, they are combined together forming a yoga. So this Saturn will give the effect of the Mars to the native. So Saturn and Mars, they both are technical planets. They both take you towards machinery or in mechanical technical field. A lot of people who have Mars and Saturn together, mostly they work in a iron industry, in some kind of manufacturing of spare parts or something like that. So this you can interpret very carefully when you see any planet which is placed in any sign, and then you have to carefully monitor the degrees of that planet, and then in the chart you just have to confirm which planet is placed in the belt of which planet. So the combination comes into play, then you have to decode the combination and give a prediction to the native. 100% that prediction will not go wrong. So when this kind of combination forms and Jupiter or Saturn when comes in progression over this Saturn, it will give the qualities of Mars and Saturn together. So this is the way how you interpret this combinations, and I will share the chart when I upload the video, because it's a very long chart and all the signs are covered there except Gemini, because Gemini is a sign which is not allotted to any planet, whether debilitation, whether exaltation, whether Mula Trikona, or whether in its own sign. So no planet has any allotment in Gemini sign, and this you can see in the chart as well. So that's all for today, and I hope it is very clear, because this is a very important combination in Bhrigu Nandi Naadi. Thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead.